Welcome to Pain and Suffering, and of course we have alcohol to make the pain and suffering slightly less worse. Not really. There's nothing that can make me want to read this willingly. Anywho, on to the great show. Marak chuckled a bit. No simple Jor woman like yourself could bear the child of a dragonborn. Your body would give out before the child would draw breath on its own. You know what? I don't need these anymore. Ya empezamos mal. Having more dragonborns would require a female Dova or Marak. Before Marak could finish, Delphine interrupted him. How rude! Let the man say his monologue. Also, again, that's not how being dragonborn works! A female dragonborn, Delphine said confidently. Marak nodded and looked curious. So you have a female dragonborn. Reveal her to me. What is this? He said and crossed his arms. Delphine sighed a bit at that. You know what? Just because that was so fucking cringe and I had to read that. I'm still not good at drinking. I'm gonna have to hang out with my Theos for that one. Anyway. Anywho's. He said and crossed his arms. Delphine sighed a bit at that. I tried to get to her so she could be here for you when you were revived, but she slipped through my men's finger. So all we were able to do was capture her husband. Poor Vilka's going through this shit because his wife's a slut. Anyway. Marak sighed a bit and frowned. Show me this husband. I would speak with him. Why? So you can just rub more salt into the man's wounds? Like, damn. Because I would just dump her after this because clearly she ain't it. Delphi nodded and led Marak to the holding cell after giving him some clothing. I didn't know Skyhaven Temple had that sort of thing, but okay, I guess they get up to some kinky shit. Ew. There sat Vilkas, shackled to the wall so tightly that even his wolf form wouldn't break free. I don't think you have to worry about that, seeing that he's apparently very easy to get over. Marak chuckled a bit as he could already tell what Vilkas was. Tell me, dog, where is your wife? He asked in a calm manner. I don't know, but we're pretty far away from here. I see what you sickos have been building. If you use that on her, you'll be in for a world of hurt. Vilkas spat. I hate. He's kinda right. I mean, she's got a whole legion of dragons behind her. Marak chuckled at that. We will see, Wolf. We will see. In the cistern of the Thieves Guild, many guild members stood watching over Mirth. Earlier, she had been screaming in pain. It looked as through her soul, or a soul was being ripped from her body. What did I say? That's not how that works. So Mitchell, that actually tastes good. Now she was in a pain-induced sleep. Aldwin was now holding his babies. Wait for the names. Faycrow was the boy, and Paytidin was the girl. Faycrow meaning forest, and Payton meaning flower frost. Ay, qué nombre tan naco le pusieron a esos niños. Like, for real, some ass names. That's like the trend of, you know, Mexicans naming their kids something stupid, like Brian or Kimberly. Badly misspelled, I may add. Or like, no offense to the Central American cousins, y'all naming your kids Jefferson or Edison or Jason spelled weird. Like, nothing against y'all, but why? The babies were sleeping soundly as they had been fed shortly before Mirth's fit. Aldwin passed the babies to his brother and sighed as he stared at the unconscious Dovahkin. She can't even spell Dovahkin right. She was a little sweaty and appeared to need a cool bath or a cool wet cloth. Mirth, he mumbled in worry. It was hours later until Mirth awoke. When she woke up, she was able to inform her companions of what happened. Maraxel had been ripped out of her body. This is bad. Very bad. Yeah, just like them kids' names. That's like, imagine like your first day of school and you got all the other little children with like regular names like Ragnar or Lagertha, and then you have some fucking child named Franco. That sounds like a character from League. A bad one, I might add. Not that I know anything about the game.
Oh my god.
Don't get me started on arcade. Anyway, after Mirth had revealed what happened, she set out with Alduin to find the graves of his fallen generals so they could be revived. I can't keep doing this to myself, y'all. What the fuck? What was the point of killing all the dragons then? What was the fucking point? Also, I don't see how they could be revived if the point of the Dragon Kid is to make sure that they take a forever nap. You know, not come up from the dead. Maybe it's because it's cold. I don't know. Ya no puedo. Ya no puedo. Alduin knew since Mirth had his mark, none of his generals would attack him. Again, back with the Wattpad werewolf bullshit. First on the list was Sala Kinnear. Alduin held on to Mirth as his chant was completed to revive his deceased general. Wasn't it a shout? You know what? I don't care anymore. Let's just finish reading this god-awful garbage so I can get back to making quality content. The soul of Sala Kinnear was ripped from Mirth's body, causing her knees to buckle and her face to become a sickly pale color. The dragon roared as his bones shifted as flesh began to form on him. As he was finally formed, he gazed upon his lord, holding his murderer in his arms, but he sensed it was not so Sala Kinnear could get any petty revenge. That sentence doesn't make sense. I bet you my toddler son, who's about to be 4, could probably write something better than this, and he don't even know how to read. Sala Kinnear sensed the mark and let out an interested sound. What? Like I said, logic is out the fucking door. Some bullshit in Dovazol. Some more bullshit in Dovazol. I don't got time to translate it. Let's see, did someone translate it? Thank you to Rising Moon Eclipse. I hope that, you know, whatever you're doing, it goes well. Translation: Alduin, my overlord, have you taken the Dragonborn as a mate and battle companion? What force and mystery have you uncovered that would lead to this type of alliance? You know what? That's a good question, Sala Kinnear. What the fuck is so special about her? For real. I think even Isolde and all the boring NPCs would be more interesting. Anywho's. At least this is a short chapter. Time is of essence. Sala Kinnear turned into a temporary jeweler. We have many others to revive. You know what? If I was a dragon and I had gotten killed by the Dragonborn and fucking Alduin brought me back so I could defend the Dragonborn that killed me and ate my soul, I would kill him. Or at least try to, because obviously I don't think I'd win. But the fuck is this shit? Like, really, motherfucker? The whole point was to off them, not to bang them. Sala Kinnear nodded and turned to his human form. He had dark orange hair. That was medium, lithe, and scruffy. He had brown hairs on his head. Lead the way, Alduin. Why are none of them using their brain? I'm like, damn. It took many days to revive everyone else. Of course, the most irritating dragon to commence them was Milmir, but she noticed that this is important and had matured significantly. I'm done. I would rather put people in anthills right now. That sounds like more fun. She was still a bit bitchy, but she was tolerable, unlike before. I don't know, if I was Mimir, I'd tell them to go fuck themselves. But anywho, the twins were difficult to revive, as well as their bodies have been under the ice so long after their defeat. So you're saying Mirth never did the Dawnguard stuff? Thank God! I don't even want to know what she did to Lord Harkin. And I don't like the guy. Considering that the guy pretty much sacrificed his wife and daughter to the rape god to become a vampire. Ew. Anyway. Mirth also revived two allies that surprised Alduin the dragon, known as Salatar, joined them. And Mirth couldn't help but revive part the next old friend, Numenix. Okay. First and foremost, Salatar got turned into a Lunchable by Marak. And second of all, we do have Numenix's bones, I think, in the Whiterun Palace. But last time I checked, he went cuckoo from being trapped in a castle. I would feel like that's the last person you want helping you. Oh my God. But what do I know? They both had Olive. Oh wait, no, I was not there. It was a happy reunion, but all the reviving left Mirth exhausted. The Thieves Guild left the cistern with them, fully trusting Mirth. Why would the Thieves Guild do that? They're more worried about filling up their room with treasure than, the well-being of anyone, including themselves. Because why the fuck would you want to work for Maven Blackbriar? She's a bitch and she could backstab you at any point at any time for no fucking reason. She told them of her allies being the dragons she had slayed, but surprisingly Brynjolf and Carlia trusted her completely, which led to the rest of them agreeing. Their army was assembled. Soon they would attack and rescue Velkas. You chose the worst motherfuckers to fight them. And you know what? We'll continue this rant in the next video because I feel like I need to dip my head in cold water after all that bullshit.